Hello everyone, I'm back for part 2. I thought it would be cool to brush swatch some similar colors from the Naked one from the Urban Decay series of Naked palettes. This is the original Naked palette. This is what it looks like in its glory. I've had this palette when it first came out. This is like the original color. Since then they went to more of the metal tan type palette, much like the Absolute New York, how it is made, and has the suede covering, has the Urban Decay embossed along of. I really like rolling my hands across it. All of it is suede, all the way around is suede, and you could tell that it's went through some wear and tear. I don't know how that happened. I kept it in the original plastic holder that it when you bought it. Those who have this original one, you know that it came in a plastic casing, just a regular plastic hard case that you just slide it right out. And then you have the Naked palette, and then it came with the mirror. It came with two double-ended eyeliners, 1 and 0, which is that black, and this nice brown color, which is called, I think you want to call it, is it whiskey? Yes, it's called whiskey. So that's what it looks like. So instead of a brush, you got the eyeliners. I think one for more of a day look with the day colors. This is probably more for your smoky eye look. You can see my face in the mirror. So basically, that is what it looks like. So I'm going to swatch some of the colors that I thought may look a little bit similar to the Exposed from the Icon collection for Absolute New York. And these are, again, the Exposed palette from Absolute New York. And I thought Virgin would look more like, I don't think they're quite a shade like that's quite similar to the one in the Exposed palette from the Naked. But Virgin is very, I'm just going to swatch from the Naked palette, and we'll just see if there's any similarity. So this first shade is called Virgin, and I'm just going to swatch them underneath along this part of my skin. So this is called Virgin. So it's just more of a, it looks like there could be shimmer in it, but it's just a nice accent color. Hopefully that looks like the camera's out of focus. Focus. There you go. So it has more of a sheen. So this is more like an accent color for your brow bone or inner corner highlight. So that's Virgin. Virgin is kind of similar to Ballet, but much different, because Ballet is more on the pinker, definitely on the pink side. So I don't think they're, Nectar could be, but Nectar is more, looks like more of a, just a matte standard, almost beige color. It's not as peachy like I said in my swatch on the Absolute Exposed palette. But this is Virgin. And the next shade is called Sin. So this is Sin. If it focus on it. So this is what Sin looks like. Sin again looks like more a satin shimmer shade. So this color is similar to, this Kind of similar, still a little bit different in tone. This color is similar to Expose Muted. It's a little bit different, but almost close, but not quite, because Sin has, even though it looks more, almost like a peachy gold color, and the Urban Decay palette, it definitely gives off a gold sheen on my skin. So I'm just going to kind of build that up to see if there's any difference. So that is Sin. Very beautiful, I think, accent color. And I just love the Naked collection of palettes from Urban Decay. Even though they may be discontinuing the smoky Naked palette from Urban Decay, I think it is a collectible item. I've seen people declutter their smoky palettes, and I guess if you're someone who don't regularly do smoky looks, or feel that the shades are not to par with the other Naked palettes that you may like and prefer, then I guess there's one thing to declutter. But they're just so beautiful. Each one of those palettes are very beautiful in their own way. In my personal opinion, I think when Urban Decay came out with these palettes, they were basically trying to target looks for everybody's preference. You know, the Naked one, which is your basic neutral, cool, warm tone shades, more on the kind of the cool tone side. And then you had your Naked 2, which I think is the Naked 2 the smoky palette? So basically you got your smoky colors in your Naked 3, which is your rose gold colors, and now they have the Naked 4. Do they have the Naked 4, or do they have it just called Naked Heat? So I kind of look at Naked Heat as Naked 4 if I'm not mistaken. But they have shades for everybody. Everybody and everybody type of preference. But I feel like only one I don't have is the rose gold one. I feel like I'm missing two. I don't have Naked Heat, and I don't have the Naked 3, which is the rose gold. But I feel like these palettes are collectible items. They're just so beautiful. So I'm swatching Naked. This is the shade Naked. Naked is comparable to Canvas, but it's more on a deeper, like tan beige color. Almost slightly taupe, but not quite. But it's cool tone. And Canvas is more of a lighter tone. So Muted from the Exposed palette is much lighter. This is Naked. Naked is similar to, what's that shade? It's similar to Nude. So Absolute New York calls it Nude. Urban Decay calls it Naked. So those two colors are similar in my opinion. You can see that. Again, very stunning. And my purpose of this video is just to show you all comparison of the Naked 1 to the Exposed and swatches. The next shade I'm going to swatch is called Sidecar. And Sidecar, which Urban Decay is really known for their beautiful metallic full shimmer shades. They are really known for that. Just stunning colors. So this is called Sidecar, and this is what it looks like if the camera focuses. So it looks like my camera doesn't want to focus, so I'm going to swatch it here. Again, this is Sidecar. Look how that just glides on like liquid gold. It is so pretty. And this shimmer is, I think, in a caliber of its own class. It's not like Toes. It's kind of similar to Toes, but Toes still has that warmer gold. This has more of a cool gold finish to it. Just very classic, like a deep bronze gold shade. It's not like cedar and it's not like gilded. So that is Sidecar. That is so pretty. So come up close. So that is Sidecar from the Naked One palette. And so far, I really love that clean sweep sponge that I bought from TJ Maxx for $3.99. It is definitely good with switching your colors in between colors. And I haven't seen any colors blend into each other as I've done my brush swatch. The next shade I want to swatch is called Buck. Now, Buck probably is maybe the dupe for is it Canvas? I think it may be the dupe, not Canvas, but the dupe for Nude, even though I think Naked is more close to Nude. But this is what the color looks like. And then we swatch it. It is a deep brown matte shade. So yeah, there's not a color in the Expose palette that is a dupe for this. This is a shade of its own. Beautiful brown color. Definitely for a crease, like a transition shade. That is pretty. And I think Sidecar, if you just want to use a basic, simple eye, Sidecar and Buck together, Buck all over the eyelid, and then use Sidecar as a hollow or just a color to deepen up your eyelid. Just give a sparkle or a lower lash line with Buck. That would be really pretty. You could create so many looks with these palettes. Like, you can't go wrong. That's why I feel like the Naked palettes are essential for those, especially those who are Urban Decay collectors like I am. Like, I don't have all of my Urban Decay palettes that they've released over the years. So the ones that are still available, I want to make sure I get those in my collection because I do like to collect Urban Decay palettes. Because they're very unique in my opinion. There are brands out there that I think just are very unique with what they make and what they do. So I'm trying to get that to show. So this color is called Half Baked. Half Baked is one of Urban Decay very well known eyeshadows. Half Baked is a gold, like a true gold color. And the shimmers just glide on like butter. So that is Half Baked. Half Baked make a beautiful highlighting in a corner highlight shade, accent shade. Just really beautiful. Again, this color does not dupe for anything from the Exposed palette from Absolute New York. There's nothing similar to that shade. Just really very, very beautiful color. Bring that closer to you all so you can see that it's half baked. Next to it is called Buck. Because you really could create looks for these three. Use this as an inner corner highlight. That would be so pretty. The next color is called Smog. I don't know if y'all can see that. I like to try to put the colors in focus for you all so you all can see what I'm swatching from. So I'm going with this shade here, which is called Smog. And it looks like more of a bronzy, like a mix of bronze and gold, like a deeper medium to deep bronze. So my camera doesn't want to zoom in on that. This color, again, I don't really see a color. This color could look like Gilded, but Gilded is more of a lighter gold. This has more of a bronze and gold type color. Again, like a blend of like Gilded and Cedar. Has a deep, beautiful finish to it. Definitely shimmer. This is more full. This is more shimmer shades. You can see that? So that is called Smog. So if you have the Exposed palette, that would look slightly similar to Gilded, but it would definitely look like a blend of kind of like Gilded and I think Cedar mixed together from the Exposed palette. The next color I'm going in is called Dark Horse. Again, these shimmers in the Naked One palette are something. They are so beautiful. So let me show this to you if it zooms up. So this is Dark Horse, and definitely a deep dark bronze shade. So look how beautiful that is. This will look good for a smoky look, or if you want to do a smoky day look. Definitely a beautiful. And I've had this palette. This is original. Like, this is original when this palette first came out. So that's how old this palette is. I see nothing wrong with the shadows. I'm not getting rid of it ever. So that is Dark Horse. It's just so, the colors are so beautiful. So this color, again, does not have a dupe. It's not a dupe for anything in the Exposed palette. But some of the colors, I mean, again, looking at the color selection, some are kind of similar and some just aren't. Some are, because with the shimmers, with Naked, they're good with knowing how to make different undertones to their shimmer shades. Like, they know how to make it their own. So this shade is called Toasted, and again, Exposed has also a shadow called Toasted, and this one is Toasted. So this is the Toasted shade from the Exposed. No, it's not called Toast, it's called Toast. So this is called Toast. This is called Toasted from the Naked One palette. And it's more of a rosy kind of gold shade. Toasted was probably meant to look like, almost like the Flirt that is in Absolute New York. But again, the shade is very different. On Naked 1 palette for Urban Decay is much of a deeper rose gold compared to Flirt and the Exposed palette. The two finishes are much different. This is definitely a almost metallic, deep shimmer shade. Very beautiful. So again, that is called Toasted. Very interesting name because it's more rose gold, so it's not so much of the color I would imagine toast to look like. But if you're doing like a wine toast, like a pink champagne toast, then I could see that. But just interesting. So the next shade is called Hustle. Hustle looks like Java in the Exposed palette. This is what it looks like if it zooms in for you. Are you gonna zoom? I think it likes my swatches too much. I don't want to zoom. So this reminds me of Java, but again, as you see, it's much more of a deeper tone from the Naked palette. Definitely a deeper tone. But they're almost similar. I think the Exposed palette has more of a almost a red undertone. This is completely brown undertone. So that is Hustle. And this is an Exposed palette. It is called Java. So this is a comparison slightly of the two palettes. You know, it depends on what you prefer. If you're someone who just want to save some money, you could just go with the Absolute New York Icon palette and Exposed, and you would get a lot of similar shades. They're not exactly the same to Urban Decay Naked 1 palette, but you do have some slight similarities, but not completely the same. So it's not exactly a dupe palette for the Urban Naked 1 from the Exposed palette. They have similar shades, but they're not exactly a dupe palette, because to dupe it with all the shades would have to be exactly the same undertone, the same color, everything. So there's some variation from the swatch that you can see. The next shade is called Creep. Creep to me looks like it could look like Slate from the Exposed palette. Let me see if that'll zoom in for you. So it's a nice, deep, shimmery, smoky gray with some silver flecks, micro glitter that is in it, so it gives that sparkle. Very pretty. Again, like I said, Urban Decay knows how to make their shades very distinguished and unique. So that is Creep. This is Slate from the Exposed palette. Can you see the sparkles? I rotate my hand, you kind of see that silver micro glitter. Let me build it up a little bit more to see if there more of the glitter will come out. This is a beautiful color to smoke your eye out. You love smoky shadows. Get this in Creep. I don't know if Urban Decay sells this as a single if you didn't want to buy the whole Naked palette. But that is so gorgeous. So that is Creep. And the last shade from the Naked One Urban Decay palette is called Gunmetal. Just like it is called in the Exposed New York, Absolute New York palette. So this is a gunmetal. See if you can see like a platinum silver type shade. Very, again, have that sparkly finish to it. And like this is like the color of like platinum steel, like very gray. Has some micro silver glitter. Again, very pretty. So yeah, those are all the swatches from the Urban Decay Naked One palette. The Expose from Absolute New York is at the top, and this is the Urban Decay Naked One palette at the bottom. Again, very pretty colors. Of course, the Urban Decay is much deeper in their undertones for all their shades compared to the Absolute New York, but you can see some slight similarities. But you can tell the inspiration was based off of this Naked One palette from the Absolute New York Exposed. So definitely a beautiful palette. So again, the first shade is called Virgin. The next shade is called Sin. This shade is called Naked. The next shade is called Sidecar. You have Buck, Half-Baked, Smog, which is another one of the classic eyeshadows from the Urban Decay collection, Dark Horse, Toasted, Hustle, Creep, and Gunmetal. So those are all the Urban Decay shades. So thank you all for taking your time to watch a comparison video to the Absolute New York Icon and Expose. So you can see if there's any similarity or differences for you. Would you prefer to pay $6.99 for the Absolute New York Icon and Expose from Marshalls or TJ Maxx if you find it? Or would you rather go with the Urban Decay Naked One palette? I think their palettes run, is it 40 something dollars? I forget how much the Naked palettes are for Urban Decay. But they're both, in my opinion, if it depends on your budget. Because again, I'm trying to help those who may be on a budget who just want to save money. I think you can't go wrong with either palettes. If you just want more of a deep intensity, you can build up the Exposed palette. But you already know with the Urban Decay, those tones, even on one layer, are very deep in their intensity. But that is my thoughts, and I haven't been seeing a lot of Absolute New York Icon palettes and Marshall lately. I saw a few over the past week that I've been there. But usually there's tons of them, so I don't know if they'll come out with more. But just keep your eye on it. They could either be in Marshalls or you may find it in TJ Maxx if you're interested in the exposed palette, which is all these shades up here. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful to those who are curious about any similarities between the two palettes. And I will be coming soon with the other brush swatches that I need to put on my channel. So have a really good day. And again, thank you for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.